So they were the ones who won the
That
knife
is
round.
true.
And then the first best of one was the same. So a knife round, if it's, I'm not sure if it's indicative of anything, but 100% win rate on the knife round thus far, as we do see Team Beşiktaş Esports do choose that CT side.
Casilia with the kit, the rest of the players with USPs, and then a 1P to
Vilga, the
50,
first one
and
that goes down.
Innex getting the first kill on Vilga. As I said, eParadise, if they want to allow Beşiktaş to build up this confidence,
Just these
gotta
Glocks
win
the side
this
of
pistol.
eParadise. Kitty Cat with the bomb. But Anna getting that first kill thus far onto Vilga. Seeing a decent amount of utility on Kitty Cat as well. With that Molotov. Just a slow burn here on the pistol round, slower than usual. Oh, forcing onto the B site. Do get flash up, but still get the 2 kills for Beşiktaş. Traded 2 for 2.
Zaz
Nice
on point.
Zaz.
With
Zaz
the
cleaning up.
headshots. It's all up to Anna.
She's got the 3K. Can she go for 4?
And the answer is
Ends up
no.
being Petra, but she does get the assist. It's still fairly clean pistol round from Beşiktaş. Clean that up on the backside, and Zaz getting a decent performance.
Yeah, Zaz starting it off with multiple headshots, something she's known for. And it's quite early into the game. It's the first round only, but that might mean, hey, she's awake. And with this, with the pistol on picked up, her whole team
Zaz
could be ready.
is really veteran to the scene, female players. Wow. Really big, important play, but you see Kitty Cat goes down instantly. The rest of eParadise is falling. They do pick up Chrysala.
eParadise just want to deal some damage. The players
Just all around this A site right now, but that is the members of eParadise falling down. Beşiktaş clean up. Monkey Julie being only member to pick up a single kill for eParadise.
And that's important. Yet again, building up the economy. I talked about the snowball, but the dominance which this roster can bring. eParadise now need to go for an eco. Some P250s bought up, but that's it. No smoke, but also no intention to go for a B play yet. Zaz, just the steps. He's gonna throw down the incendiary grenade.
Yeah, just gonna close that area off. Try and dissuade the rush onto that site. Still got these 2 members hovering around here, around the tunnel. Oh, the spray down.
And she
Zaz
gets
picks it up in the
with
smoke.
last shot. Yeah, think Petra down to 7 HP, so she needs to care, but as Beşiktaş have the player lead, she can let her other teammates do the job for now. eParadise, not a lot to use. Will they still be able to find a gun? That's something Beşiktaş wants to deny, and Petra being that close can be risky, but another teammate is close, so if she falls, they won't be able to pick up the UMP. Now the push is coming in.
Rotate onto A, yeah, pushing hard, but Vilga is holding them off, gets 1 onto Kitty Cat, looking for 2 more, finds another, and there's the 3. Beşiktaş clean up on the A site collapse.
Yeah, Petra died here. And that's yet again only 1 kill for eParadise, and if you keep that up in the buy round, which is coming up now, then you are in the perfect spot.
Yeah, here's
but
the 4 AKs. Anna back on the AWP. So this has to be the round, the turnaround for eParadise. Otherwise, you start to fall into that 0-5, 0-6 hole where you're looking to get back into it.
And Anna is the key factor, picking up the AWP. Giuliano, she will try to duel her out. Ooh. It is Marion she is gonna face, taking her down and giving Beşiktaş an early lead. eParadise, slow play, giving up the first kill. That's a bad sign in this buy round, which is so essential to win.
Trying to get onto the B site. Will she be spotted? Finds nothing as Vilga closes the door. And they are trapped here in the tunnels, just looking for anything as there's someone at the bottom of that ladder. Don't want to go down there, heading back towards B. It's just these 3 members left, all grouped up together.
Want to work this together. That's what eParadise is known for teamwork.
Zaz may have to hold off a push here, though. Got that grenade ready, but does spot them out. Oh, does get them on the drop down. That is Chrysala going down. This could be the round. But Giuliano finds one, finds two, and gets caught out. But that's the third. Besiktas, they close down the aggression of eParadise, but a much better round from them, you have to say.
Yeah, eParadise with a much better round as they caught out Chrysala, but in the end, there was time pressure.
Finds the 3K on the round, once again shutting the door. It's very well done with the AWP so far.
Yeah, the time pressure was on eParadise, so they needed to rush into the A side very fast after they got spotted on B by Zaz.
These P250s and the Deagle, I believe that is on Missa. So still trying to look for something. Oh! Find one onto Petra.
Unable to pick up the gun, so they can defend.
Missa goes low in the process. She's going to be holding that off with the incendiaries. Still a slow burn once again. There's these members all rotating together from eParadise, looking to try and get a stack. They can guarantee themselves something if one of them does end up falling. Now it's Besiktas, most of them hovering around that A site. Only just Zaz here, once again holding down B. She has been the member who's had to hold off multiple pushes now.
Yeah.
Trying to cover all flanks, but she hears some shooting through the smoke. She knows there's someone there.
She has an incendiary as well. The aim here would be to overwhelm a player, then take over the bomb site, take the weapon, and win the round out of that.
They do find the kill onto Vilga. That's two. Finding one back onto Missa. Chrysala gets one. They get the plant crucially here, but Zaz isn't going to let them have it for free. Zaz finds two.
That's on point, but it's Kitty Cat left alive. She's going to take 2 kills.
Giuliano versus Kitty Cat here in the 1v1. Kitty Cat already low. Can Giuliano find it? She does! Just for the quick defuse. Giuliano once again on the cleanup here for Besiktas.
Oh, this was close, but yet again,
individual performances shining through. Yeah. It's been Zaz and Giuliano consistently finding these plays where they need to be.
Exactly. We can see it in this replay yet again. Chrysala first. They enter the bomb site. It's also very important that she falls back there, and even though they can take over the site, she's staying alive and doesn't allow them any control getting into connector. But eParadise, this was just an eco, so even though you could have won the round, the play was beautiful nevertheless, as they took so much money away. Early push by Besiktas, but the flash is going to counter it out.
Still at 5 members apiece. Nobody having taken any damage, but it's another buy. This buy round has to work out for eParadise. They're down 5-0. Besiktas, they've really been rolling so far. Vilga finds one. That's the first of the round as Missa falls, but it does give a little bit of information over to eParadise that they were starting to push forward, but they're backing off hard into the back of B.
Giuliano with the AWP. Last time they had a lot of problems, and this
Giuliano.
time again. Chrysala on the bomb site A. Marion sneaking her way through, but Besiktas seem to know that she's there.
He walks into the smoke, it gets picked off. And there's the last 2 kills. And it seems whenever they're going for that final play, it all seems to fall apart at the last moments for eParadise. These clutch plays just aren't there yet. And once again, what we said exactly the same yesterday, the clutch plays when they need them are not happening. The 50-50s always seem to be going to the opposing team.
Yeah, pause being called, and we can see here on the scoreboard that they have a quite hard time to even have one player stepping up. On the other side, you talked about it. Zaz and Giuliano, the important members right now. They are
one death from Zaz so far. Very impressive, yeah.
Yeah, the well-known duo, and Zaz definitely has been this anchor on the B side. Playing it with great discipline, waits until she sees the player, throwing in an incendiary, pretty simple play, a disciplined play, and when they push in, when she needs to take them all down, she does anyways. So She's playing discipline combined with strong individual skill. And with this, it's so hard to deal with, because even if you pass that Molotov, there's Zaz as a raid boss waiting for you on the B side, and then Giuliano with the AWP on the A side.
But the thing is, they're both in exactly the same place every single time. And they've not yet been punished for it. They've not yet had these members being picked off, as you see just 1 and 2 deaths apiece.
Yeah, that is true. And now Missa going for a fast play. This could be the difference maker. She's going to get Giuliano.
Getting that AWP down as quickly as possible, but almost caught out there on the switch. So you see a couple more members. Besiktas starting to clean up here. Dana finds, Kitty Cat finds Zaz there, finally quelling that. And just Vilga versus 2. They get the 1 plot, finds 1 through the smoke. Can she get the other? Needs to get on top of the bomb in the 1v1, both having the AK. Kitty Cat having taken that small amount of damage. Running out of time, but Kitty Cat just letting the time run down as she can. Vilga has to make something happen.
Isn't sure where Kitty Cat is. Now taking the defuse. Kitty Cat protests. Sees her. Vilga
can she get the defuse? And it is
it.
The last second defuse coming through, but Kitty Cat had the right idea, winding down the timer, but it didn't matter because that quick play with the smoke, utilizing the smoke, forcing Kitty Cat out to fire into the smoke, then just drops out through the side of it, takes nothing, and starts to clean up with Petra. We see here her getting a couple as we get into the next round. 7-0 here from Besiktas, though. This is what we wanted to see from them. The strong individual plays, chaining a few maps together.
Exactly. And I also talked about how it's important to pick up this pistol round to get into this confidence level where you are just unstoppable. And this time Zaz is playing even more aggressive, going for a peek, but doesn't see a player, so now she falls back again, can play it from lower to just spot out players, and yet again go for the same play over and over again. But the problem here, you can't deal with Zaz that easily. And okay, never mind. Okay, Monkey Julie heard me and said no. But Zaz this time did something different. She pushed out, trying to make a play, and Monkey Julie annihilated her.
Just loses on the 1 tap. But these 3 members from Besiktas now have to clean up. Monkey Julie getting tagged through the smoke.
This is great because they aren't executing towards the B side. She's down there. She's just waiting for the others to make a play, and then she can push further.
Petra finds 1, but so does Missa. Vilga.
Monkey Julie is still coming from Contatct.
Finds 1 onto Missa. Sees if she can get a second, but there's the kill from Petra. They're still cleaning this up. They get it back to a TV2. Monkey Julie trying to get the flanker. Finds 1. Can she get the second? Gets a tag on, but can Petra clutch this out in the 1v2? They get the plant. That's going to draw out. There's Petra finding 1.
Oh, and the nade.
1v1. On the defuse, though.
Oh, and she's sticking it.
The defuse.
Monkey Julie just going for the pre-fire, but pros don't fake. And Besiktas will pick up another round. Unstoppable at the moment. Doesn't matter how close it gets.
As Petra here, as we see the instant headshot. So well played by her to clean that up in the 1v2. But again, these clutch moments just always seem to slip away from Team E Paradise.
Yeah, but Monkey Julie could have done so much more out of this play. That was well executed, and then not hitting the headshot there at first. Needing to go for a second spray down to make sure to get the kill. Else she could have taken down both of those players on the side, and that gave Petra the option to actually win this 1 versus 2.
So now we're seeing another buy round out from E Paradise, though. The bomb plant definitely helping in some of that economy.
Monkey only finding a first, but to be honest, this doesn't mean anything. They found a good amount of entries throughout. They found a good amount of entries throughout the game, but they still lost all the rounds so far. So they gotta get more than that.
Even with this huge loss bonus, they're getting all these buy rounds through, but it's not enough. They do find one onto Marion, and Chrysala goes down as well. So still just that 1-for-1 for now. So seeing the rotation towards B side, but there is one on the flank. Just down through. Hot shot.
Taking out on
Julie
B.
finds one, but goes very low on the process. They get the information about the rush onto A. Petra finds one. Petra does go down to Kitty Cat. Vilga trades there, but still, once again, the 1v2 with the AWP. This time it's Kitty Cat and Missa. It's Giuliano having to clean up. Switches to that M4, but it still gets the 1-for-1, and that's the first round on the board for eParadise, but they have to clean up this next round. The economy is still so good for Besiktas that if they win this one, the loss bonus is reset. They lose so much of that benefit.
Exactly, that's a must-win round. Yet again, eParadise not through this yet to have it's a little bit of breathing room. The economy of Besiktas isn't that high though, because they had a lot of clutch situations they won earlier. So it's actually only an AWP and an M4, the rest on pistols, and the utility also quite low. 3 smokes and 3 flashes left in total. Well, eParadise, they don't have the perfect buy either. They have 1 Galil, but it's looking way better than Besiktas.
Kitty Cat on that Galil, as you say. But still, this is an important round for Besiktas. If they can win this on the Force Buy, and they shut the door directly in eParadise's face, they seem to close out. That has to close out the half, you think, with a solid advantage for Besiktas if they win this round.
Yeah, and on the other hand, they lose this one. eParadise force them onto an eco, and then you're 3 to 8.
The AWP now, with that shot being fired. Right, not finding the kill there, not even finding any damage, but still looking for the pressure.
So important by Petra to stay alive, to fall back, because she was the only M4 on the side of Besiktas.
Cat going down, and Zaz finds one. This is where they start picking up the rifles for themselves. Still this 3v3. Chrysala looking for something to pick up, but not finding anything as of yet. Oh, on the flank behind the bomb. Finds one from Giuliano, looking for the second, but does get picked off by Missa. And Besiktas, they're looking to close out the round. Still the 2v1, Missa solo. Can she make the clutch play? She cannot. And Besiktas now 9 to 1. With that loss bonus, as we said, fully reset. Besiktas looking to be in a decent standing.
Might even see a force buy without having that bomb plant.
I think you have to. I think you have to, but this is the tactical pause, so you assume it is the force buy going to be coming out. 9 to 1. No, just those 7 rounds left needed from Besiktas to try and close this out. We've seen them be very good now in this this time around on the pistol round. And it's again, eParadise, they struggled with the pistol rounds yesterday. So it's now, how do these teams adapt coming into the half? We saw Zaz positioned very deeply in the start, sitting directly in that B site, waiting by the entrances, trying to incendiary a couple off on multiple occasions. It started pushing deeper, got caught out a couple times. And so the adaptation didn't work out, was better sitting back in that B site. But we see now, how does eParadise play around these deep threats where they can't push deep enough, they end up having the timer weighted out on them. And when they are forced to make the play, when they are forced to be proactive, that's where they seem to fall apart.
Yeah, hope to see a super fast play by them, just rushing through with all of the players. Because that's not something we see a lot, because they want to play it so tactical. But now we're going to see it, and now Chrysala is going to struggle. Miss instantly taking her head off with the deagle, but Vilga staying on side, staying strong. She's going to get a third.
3K.
And it's Monkey D. Julie who has to step up for her team. 2 versus 1. eParadise still making this work thanks to Monkey D. Julie. But they have to get the bomb plant and deal with Zaz, who so far had a super strong performance on the B side. And now it's her who has to retake it in a 1 versus 2. But Monkey D. Julie also down to 2 HP. And Still's gonna get the kill on Missa.
Missa unfortunately misses out on it, and now it's Zaz versus Monkey D. Julie. Both just a single shot from dead, you have to think.
Monkey D. Julie sneaking around here, and Zaz
Doesn't
be ready for it.
She doesn't have the time for this. She just has to go for the defuse. Instead, just gonna back off. So that is the round on eParadise, and as we said, they adapt. They go for the rush play. Much better from them, and they pick up their second round. Heading into round 12 now, with a much better economy for them, looking to be in a decent standing, and that force bite, it works out.
Yeah, but Vilga is going to be the key play here for Besiktas.
This could have been much worse.
This is very important. You see all those 3 kills. Monkey D. Julie, she was on 2 HP when she ran out, but the bomb still took her down. So eParadise actually couldn't take any gun into the next round. And you can see 3 AKs, and McTanner Galil, the buy isn't that strong. Besiktas, of course, there isn't either, but they have a good chance to still take it. But as I say that, eParadise is taking them all down.
Kitty Cat and Anna just spraying them down in that corridor, finding the rotation and shutting it down as Kitty Cat still goes low, but it's just Vilga and Krasala to make something happen. Both of them stacked on top of each other here. You gotta think the full control of the A site onto eParadise. Is the retake there from Besiktas? And you can't think it is right now. 2v5. Just so unlikely.
Yeah. eParadise economy is not the greatest, as I said. Just taking on some players, forcing them to rebuy. But in this case, to make it really worth it, it has to be more than those 2 players who have the Galil and the Mac-10.
Yeah,
the team play going to attempt to do so.
Better, as you said from eParadise, when they go in for these rush plays as a team, it seems to work out much better. They get at these stacks, and it looks like they're just going to concede this round, Besiktas. Neither of them with the defuse kits, so can't really do anything about this. That's going to be a third round win for the side of eParadise, stringing together a couple in a row for the first time.
Indeed they do, and that is so important. And it is, of course, sometimes surprising. You think a slow tactical play should work out better for a team like eParadise, but as Besiktas is a younger roster, as long as your rush is coordinated, it's so hard to react to those plays fast enough to actually stop them. And that's why it's working out for eParadise right now to pick up those rounds. And I hope they see this as well, because right now it seems like they're falling back to their slow style. They are expecting a crazy play from Besiktas, though, in this round, because they know there's not a lot of money left. There are 2 players saving up their guns, and the rest should be on an eco, and they want to shut that down. But it's going to be the focus on the next round if they do a slow play like this one yet again.
Kitty Cat maybe looking to catch someone out on the rotation here. Very close to finding anyone, but is slowly moving onto the flank on A site. They're going to get the 2-pronged attack. Still very few guns on the side of Besiktas, so this should be a fairly easy take unless we see something spectacular.
For example, this one could be spectacular, but Besiktas seems to have a read on it anyway.
Find one.
Zelia is going to take her down.
Celia finds Marion. But Zaz, she's being flanked. Can she react? Does not. Gets picked up, but Petra finds one. Still fairly close on this. 3v3, but just a couple of submachine guns and a pistol. But they still find it. Giuliano and Vilga, just the 2v1 now. Can Missa pick up the round? Can she get the cleanup here?
Doesn't know what the second play is. This is going to be so hard for her to deal with, just pushing into Vilga, but can't get the frag.
Even with the low economy, Besiktas still pick up the round. Now they sit at 10, very close to the half here.
Yeah, this was the individual skill showing up on Besiktas. While eParadise with a lot of shots, Besiktas punished them and instantly hit their shots and took them all down with this. eParadise will have the money to go for a great buy in this round nevertheless. a 5-10 is so important. Remember, this is a best of one. If eParadise loses this one, or whoever loses this one, is out of the tournament as the last place finish.
I want to see some statistics of how eParadise is done in these 1v1 scenarios, because it doesn't not seem good at the minute. Where when you've got these two-man stacks, things seem to be working out, where you're catching out members, you're catching multiple people on a rotation, but in these 1v1 peaks, that's where they seem to fall apart. That's where things seem to go wrong for them. That's where Besiktas has been shining with that individual prowess that we talked about earlier.
Exactly. It is a major problem, and right now, eParadise is playing it rather slow, but Miss in a good position to pick up a player if they want to pick and if they want to check if there's someone belong. Zaz is going to check from lower again, spots out the players, stands right behind that smoke, but the push is going to go towards the A side. Zaz should notice that very soon. Miss is still making play from upper, and this is forcing the rotation. Juliano is going to get taken down. Vilga in connector, but in the meantime, Petra and Ivy falling as well. It has to be Vilga, but no. Kitty Cat lands the tap.
Versus the world. Can she take down all 5 on A, or will she just hold on to the AK? Finds none as she doesn't get the jump onto Marion. eParadise, they win the round.
And
final round before the half.
Yeah.
Force buy needed by both sides here. So seeing how we will come into the half, looking like a 10-5 at the minute. See if Besiktas can surprise us.
eParadise definitely surprised us just now, as I talked about how Besiktas is so strong individually.
Again, it's these 5-man rushes that seem to be working out so consistently.
And they even land their shots when they come in with this. Besiktas, as they get caught off guard, seems like they're also whiffing more of theirs.
Like if you've got 4 people at once trying to get a headshot, apparently you're more likely to get a headshot. It's impressive. Who would have thought? It's like statistics or something.
Juliano and Vilga on the AWP. The rest of the players on pistols. Important to note that Juliano and Vilga, while they have the AWP, they don't have any Kevlar. eParadise, they should and need to pick up this round, as Kitty Cat is pushing in and taking on the first.
Crysalia, but nothing to turn around. Kitty Cat goes low, but there is the first from Juliano, second from Vilga. But does end up being picked off. Still just the 2v2. Petra and Zaz, they don't have any of these weapons that we've been seeing thus far pick up the kills. Very little to contest, as all the weapons are left on A site. They can't really get in there to contest them. And this seems like it's going to be finishing the half 10-5. There's no reason for Petra and Zaz not to go for this. They've got to make something happen.
They do. They also are in positions where they can do exactly that, because eParadise has some time struggle, 20 seconds. They need to go for the plant, but they want to find out where Besiktas is. I don't know, going for the steps. But Petra, actually, in hell, she could interrupt the plant if she runs fast enough. Now they're going for the final plant, so no chance for her. Saz drop down and get killed. And Petra will fall into the same grave, 6 feet under. 5-10.
It's a half ending, yeah, but this is a must-win pistol round, you have to say, from eParadise, and they've not been so good on those thus far. So it comes down to whether Besiktas can punish them. And you've got to think this one pistol round makes every single round a must-win for the side of eParadise.
That is true, but on the other hand, it also has been a great comeback so far, but
is it really a comeback? They've managed to get it string together a couple in a row, but
well, for this, it is a good comeback on the first half, but we gotta look at the second half if they can continue to do so, or if Besiktas will yet again pick up the pistol round and get a streak.
You got to see though, it's the main rounds they picked up was where they shut down one on a force buy, then picked up a couple of rounds against force buy / econ, where they've not really had that much pressure on them since they started making that turnaround. And the one round they did, they lost it.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. But now a loss is unacceptable, and that's why we got to be super focused in this pistol round. Sometimes those rounds can be pretty random.
Coming in on the pistol round very shortly. So we're about to be jumping into that. Here we see Monkey D. Julie being the only member with the defuse kit. Also got a couple of those nades.
Besiktas, looking nice and pop dark, but in the end, this will be a B rush by them. Smoke ready. Petra throwing it down there. 2 players. Monkey Julie just spraying through the smoke, getting attacked, but not a headshot.
Oh, takes a big chunk there, misser, and there's Monkey D. Julie finding one onto Petra. 2 down, 3 down for Besiktas.
The bomb's dropped in the open as well. That's going to make it even worse for Zaz and Giuliano.
This is crunch time. They have to make something happen. They find one onto Marion. Miss is still low. They can find 2. Oh, they find Giuliano. Just Zaz remaining. And that's going to be the pistol round going over to eParadise. Puts themselves in a decent scenario here. They can start to claw back a few rounds in a row. Maybe even out that score at 10-10.
Oh yeah, there's the chance now. Besiktas.
The shotgun coming out from here.
Yeah, Monkey D. Julie. That's a player who has a crazy personality. I actually managed the team before, and I can say that out of experience. And she's also a crazy player, showing that in game. Let's see if she can get some kills. That's a lot of cash.
I mean, she's not picked up the heavy machine gun. Let's not go too crazy.
Yeah.
It's a shoddy.
It's still quite uncommon, but it can be effective in such a round, especially Monkey Julie using it towards Pop Dog. That's where you can get
in
those
that shortest range area of the
easily.
map. Yeah, that's where you really need to see it. So it's when you start to see her being pressured out into the open on A, around the back of these trains on B. That's where the issues start to arise. Oh, here's the flank. But does get picked off.
Oh, and there's Monkey D. Julie, the auto shotgun. Oh, and she doesn't hit the shot. That was underwhelming, but the rest of the players still applying pressure against those 2 players, allowing them to plant the bomb. And that's going to help Besiktas with their economy. But they're still going to get taken down, and the defuse is going to come through.
Here's the defuse. But they still get the bomb plant down. They get a couple kills. They lose all of their guns that they had on that round. None able to be saved. And that's going to be 10-7. This is where you can start to look at the comeback. This is where you can start to look at the turnaround that eParadise has put up. This is a great flank here by Missa. Does end up getting picked off, but not before she gets a lot of damage down onto these multiple members on that push in the side.
Yeah, Monkey D. Julie gives the auto shotgun another try, picking it up yet again, and it's not so unlikely that someone...
How's the kill reward on that?
900 gold. Dollars.
You casted legal,
that's actually because Nelson started to say gold in the CSGO cast, and now I picked it up from him.
I mean, we're league casters, that's what we do, but we see eParadise getting such a clean round there, 5-0. Now this is 10-8. Starting to play, like you say, as a team.
Yeah.
And they seem to be finding it so much easier to play as a team on the CT side.
And this is so important to be on point in those.
This is why we can say simply it's CT side versus T side, but even when they're forced to play proactively on CT side on a retake, they seem to be a lot weaker. It's when they get to play reactively, they're sitting ready in wait for the opposing side to do something. That's where they seem strongest, where they can get these positions and they can hold so much better than they can.
Missa able to take down Rogue. They are instantly throwing down the incendiary to deny.
Really nice
backside plant.
Cresselia gets that one.
Kitty Cat is ready. Plant's gonna come through anyways, but eParadise with a 4 versus 2 advantage.
Petra and Zaz both have these AKs though. Julie's still having that auto shotty. And they find one onto Kitty Cat. Find 2. Just Zaz though versus the 2 of them here. Can't stop the defuse. And that is going to be another round now. Chaining these together from eParadise. And the buy round not paying off once again from the side of Besiktas. Much closer affair again than we saw yesterday for Besiktas, and eParadise able to get into that situation that we saw them yesterday again, bringing it close.
They finally have they have actually another buy for themselves, and it finally could be the round where they pick it up yet again. The problem with this is, of course, they got the bomb plant, they got the extra money, but they don't have the utility to support themselves. So right now it's yet again them relying on the individual duels to just peek in like this, die peek, and win it. But it is very hard to do that, because
Here's the rush. Walker finds one. Kitty Cat finds another in trade though. As they start to get onto this A site. See the flank coming through though from Kitty Cat. Marion, oh, that they trade back. Ends up being still this 3v3. Plant, but there's one from Giuliano. Traded back again, consistent trade back and forth. Still in the 1v2, can Missa find anything?
He's gonna take the Brasilia. 1 versus 1 against Zaz.
But Zaz with the one tap available. Still using this M4 from Missa. On the defuse. The forces are out. Does get picked off the fire. Not enough to burn her down. The Besiktas, they finally get around on the board in the second half.
Yeah, all the players dying on both sides. But it's eParadise picked up a good string of rounds. Their money isn't that bad, but still bad enough for eParadise to actually go for a buy, so they pick up 2 MP9s. Besiktas, they had all their players dying as well. Normally, as a CT, you say, yeah, okay, our money isn't perfect, we still want to make a play, but force buying completely.
A rush coming through here from Besiktas. They've found 2 already, but the flank here with the pistol finds 2 from Julie. They collapsed on though, and Zaz can't turn around quick enough. Really nice pincer move there by eParadise to close out that push.
And it's so surprising to see that eParadise, even though they had some aggressive plays on the T side, it already seems like they're playing more aggressive on the CT side than on the T side. When it comes to those fast plays, of course it was an eco, of course it was a crazy play needed, and Besiktas, they played right into their hands. It still was a beautiful play overall, and something where they just have shown, okay, we are brave to do something risky. And the problem for Besiktas now is there's no bomb plant. They lost all the players before. They needed to reinvest completely. The money is all gone to a point where you only get $1,400. So
still
right now,
11 to 10, very close. It's going to come down to the wire, you have to think at this point. Is it going to be another overtime like we saw yesterday?
Possible.
I mean, I know you got a nice little bit of a rest earlier during the League of Legends after you and Nelson are both casting that war last night, going to double overtime.
Oh yeah.
Dignitas and Team Unknown.
But eParadise, the momentum is really on their side, especially after this round. They started this comeback on the first half, and we were asking ourselves, can they continue this? 5-10 wasn't enough, but now it's 10-11. Besiktas picked up this one round and instantly got reset. They're going for the force buy because this is really the best choice to make, because they can't buy up in the next round anyways. And if this doesn't work out, then eParadise is going to take over the game. Then it's going to be at 12-11.
And that's where they can start looking to close it out. Besiktas must win round for them for once. As we've seen it was previously down to eParadise to have the pressure piled on. Vilga looking to enter this A site.
A lot of utility which Besiktas brought into this round. As they didn't have that much. It's used. And they didn't really do anything out of it yet, but the rotation came in nevertheless.
Flank again for Marion. Finds 2. Drop the bomb as well, but the third does turn it back around. Giuliano and Petra are the only ones left, and there's both of them falling. That must-win round falls away from Besiktas. Now 11-11. Just the economy so low.
Yeah.
It's a couple times we've seen that flank on these pushes by Besiktas, and once again, it's eParadise. They're ready for the rotations. They know where to be. They know where the rushes are coming. They've always got somebody in the right place to respond. That's why they are strongest.
And it was so important by Marion to give them the time to then be ready for the play Beşiktaş was making. There's a flash out of Ivy, peeking in, realizing there's no player, has everyone outside of one, is rushing through Pop Dog, but Monkey Julie in a perfect position to take them all down. Miss also boosted in connector, and that is an easy peasy by E Paradise in the chat. Okay, not really, but if it would be matchmaking, I would do that. 12-11 for E Paradise, and they are back in the game after being down 5-10 in the first half.
You're toxic.
I'm toxic. No, actually, I'm not. I just.
You gotta remember Blizzard's policy. You say GG easy in chat, you get banned.
In League of Legends, you also get banned. Okay, I never saw someone getting banned for saying GG
what was the
easy.
change? What was the change in Overwatch for a while, where they changed what it actually typed for you?
There was some kind of ping system, no? Or something
it was you type GG easy. It says,
oh, it replaces.
Yeah, it replaces what you typed.
Oh, that's actually genius.
Thank you for putting up with my unbearable personality, I think was one of them. I mean, I can say that to the cast as well. Thank you, Twitch chat.
Anna taken down early on. Marion on the AWP. Monkey Julie has an AK picked up from the T's. Beşiktaş with this lead maybe able to grab the second round of the half. It's so important. E-Paradise coming closer and closer to the victory in this best of one to face Dignitas, to reface them and get their revenge. Beşiktaş, last place finish would be so surprising after they did all those upgrades in their roster. It seemed like they have the confidence now which they need to win this tournament.
Cat finds one. Finds two, but Juliana gets one in response. There's a couple kills. Just the 2v2 left. Marion and Zaz. Juliano and Missa. Getting the bomb down, very crucial. Drawing them in, making the time pressure on E Paradise rather than on Beşiktaş. So just baiting them out through the smoke. So see Marion looking for the bomb. But there goes Missa.
And she made a step. Marion
There's
is known.
Marion, yeah, 12-12. Beşiktaş, they get themselves back in contention, 12-12. This is getting really close now. You got to think, with the way they're trading rounds back and forth, overtime definitely on the cards.
It is on the cards, but on the other hand, the next round is going to be the do or die round. If it's just about momentum and picking up a few in a row, because from there, it's going to be a real struggle to come back into this map and then get into overtime, because both of those teams don't really have a lot of money, and both of those teams would get reset. If they lose it, and Anna is going to get taken out already. Juliano with the first kill for Beşiktaş.
The last full buy for both sides before we have to see maybe an econ, or I assume at this point you might have to force buy.
Oh.
As Beşiktaş find a second. There's another one for Cresselia.
This point is getting super scary. 2 players left alive, but you somehow want to win the round. On the other hand, you can also just to save those weapons, but if Beşiktaş go for the hunt here,
all 5
they
members
take them away.
onto A here. It's going to be such a hard retake. You have to make so many clutch plays. And again, this is what we talked about. E-Paradise, they really struggle with these moments to find these clutch plays when you get that 50-50, that 1v1 setup.
Kitty Cat and Missa trying to hold onto the gun, but there's a player close. Kitty Cat is getting the frag, but there's another one waiting for her.
They know where they are now, and they're getting the collapse off through the spawn. The bomb is going to go off. We're going to see if they can get the kill onto Kitty Cat in the meantime, see if they can get the full reset. Well, we get it. I didn't get to see, unfortunately, but if they were able to reset Kitty Cat as well, that could have been so much more crucial to securing that full reset. Make it so much harder for the side of E-Paradise to get back into this.
Yeah, her AWP was sticking out, and with
there
this
was
one,
the reset onto Kitty Cat, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't have anything now. You can see it's a force buy, so Anna with the AWP, FAMAS, and 2 M4s. A lot of utility on Kitty Cat, though.
Nano with the lackluster performance so far, not really getting the kill, which
there's one.
Which you expect. And Monkey Julie taken down already in this weak buy of E-Paradise. That could be the reset, but then E-Paradise needs to make the decision. Will we eco and that Beşiktaş onto match point? or not. Missa trading 1 for 1, but that means Besiktas keep the advantage.
And KittyKat still unable to pick up anything on half HP. Marion does manage to find one onto Zaz. Just a 3v3, but 2v3 now. eParadise starting to make this collapse happen, but do they have enough time? Only Marion with the defuse kit, if they can stop her from defusing.
And it's only Petra left alive, and she whiffs the shots. KittyKat is gonna take her down in eParadise. They're forcing it up, still having the money for such a buy, and with this, they're able to retake the bomb site A, and they're still in the game.
And finally, a successful retake comes through from eParadise. They look much better there, and now, although they can't really see much of economy on either side, it's still a full buy coming in from Besiktas. So we are just going into a quick pause. We can see the scores here as KittyKat, they managed to turn this round around her. As you can see on the other side, 20-20, Giuliano, and Zaz not having his hot half this time.
Yeah, considering how many kills they had early, especially Zaz,
and a much more
doesn't
controlled,
find a lot of kills.
On this T side,
yeah.
on this T side, it's been much more dominant from eParadise. So you can see just from the scores, it's 13-13 coming into this round 27. I have to see again. It's every single round we talk about this, but it's another do or die round. This time for Besiktas. As if they die here, they get the full reset coming through, where they don't have the economy. Might have to go for a force buy to try and deny that match point.
Yeah, it's yet again both sides who have a low economy. Not only Besiktas here, if you look at eParadise.
Still doing a bit better on eParadise. Look at Marion, for example.
Yeah, but
still enough for a force buy there.
There's still enough, but you would get one gun out of that, which isn't optimal. You could decide to do that, but let's see how this round is gonna tell its story. So
see
important.
That double
so
AWP set up from the CT side. A lot of dollars invested in this round. You know, we complain about calling it gold, but why is it dollars everywhere in the world?
Yeah, that's true. Should be euros
like
or pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Marion is gonna get the shot on Vilga, who has been an effective player so far on the T side.
eParadise losing one, but it's falling apart here for Besiktas. We talked about how they need to win this one. Now they have to make something special happen. It's Zaz and Giuliano, the two big members we talked about earlier. Zaz finds one. Does go down though. Now it's just Giuliano against three. Finds one. Now it's just the 2v1. Marion already so low.
The rotation towards A. How fast will eParadise react?
Yeah. Does have the bomb, so can force the rotation out of Besiktas. Sorry, out of eParadise rather.
Will they hear the tick? Well, now they will hear it. Now the bomb is planted, and they know it is the A side. Giuliano can get herself in a good position to force these 1v1 duels to then take them both down. Absolutely possible. Standing next to the brown train, now behind it, peeking in, and she's losing it. KittyKat is securing eParadise another round and gets them into the lead.
Now we see match point, but still a lot of kills picked up for the side of Besiktas. They can go for a force buy here. Just bordering on match point. They want to deny that.
And it's so surprising to see, and it's sad to say that Anna is such a skilled player, but right now when Marion picks up an AWP as well, she's looking like a better AWP than Anna. Anna has a lackluster performance. Normally she's the one top fragging, dragging her team through, but that they don't need her in this matchup against Besiktas, who are so strong individually, is also a good sign for them. But later on, if they get through this and have to face Dignitas, Anna needs to be there with this AWP.
Everybody making a lot of noise, throwing a couple of those grenades onto the A site. And still hovering around this tunnel. Zaz looking for the entry. Giuliano goes down, they're all starting to fall. A lot of damage taken by all the members of Besiktas. bomb still being planted. They can't get it. The bomb does get planted in the end. That still gives them enough money for the force buy against match point.
That bomb plant is exactly what they wanted. Allowed eParadise to get onto this match point.
But
yeah.
this is match point on the buy versus buy. I'm not sure if we're going to see a full buyout. I don't think they have enough. But it's still a decent amount of money they've managed to pick up from getting that plant.
Yeah.
So now we see the 4 AKs. Juliana picking up the AWP again. In what could potentially be the last round. Can eParadise? They've had a much better CT side. Turn it around and lock themselves in for that losers bracket final.
This could potentially be the last round. Missa on the B side. Azaz making a fast play. Who's going to win it? Azaz showing up. And she's taking over the B side by herself. Well, it's quite easy if there's only one player. But that's so important because she's in the backline already. She can deal so much damage, especially if Marion doesn't expect her to be there. Monkey D. Julie can't cut off the rotation. So the bomb is on its way towards B. They have so much control, but at least Kitty Cat now has taken on Giuliano. 4 versus 4. Zaz at 15 HP. But as I said, bomb side B belongs to Besiktas, and that's what they can abuse.
So now we need to see the 4-man retake. The rotations coming through, but Zaz is here.
She waits.
She hears that.
Oh!
Instantly gets finished off by Kitty Cat. Not the headshot, but already solo HP. Zaz could not do anything. 2 flanks at once. Too much for Vilga to deal with. And this is match point. It is looking to be the game unless we see something very special. Petra finds 2.
She's gonna get refragged. It's only Crasilia left alive in a 1 versus 2. Anna and Monkey D. Julie. G's playing from an upper position, which can be so effective. But she's gonna get taken down! eParadise, for the first time ever, they're able to beat Besiktas in a match.
And in that second half, going 10-3. To be able to turn that one around, lock themselves into the losers bracket final. They're going to face Dignitas once again, looking for the revenge. Another close, long affair from eParadise. This time, they get the round 16.
And that also has been an incredible comeback, starting it off after being down 8-0 to get back into this half, finish it 5-10. And then picking up the pistol round, and from there on stepping it up. At one point, Besiktas, it looked like they're still going to get back into it. Picked up this 1 round, and then came the reset. Picked up another round, and then they came the reset. And with this, eParadise push themselves through.
But what was the key moment in this game for you? What was the key turning point that got eParadise back into it?
I think the key turning point was, first of all, starting to win rounds and seeing that the more aggressive play is showing them that they can, with the coordination they have as a team, that they can actually go for those fast plays, that they aren't really that bad. And then from there on, winning the pistol round and shutting them down completely.
Nice sportsmanship here as the shake hands. One team had to go home. Unfortunately, it was